Hi, I'm Sarah Hill. I'm the CEO of Bookstr, and I am here with the one and only Laurie Hernandez with talking about her book, I Got This. I Got This to Gold and Beyond. We are here at HarperCollins today talking about the book and reading from the book. Actually, Laurie is going to read a little bit just for a little taste of the book before, obviously, you buy it. All right, Laurie, over to you.
Ultimately, this is the overriding message I want you to take away from my story. You win whenever you commit to something, because you can't experience growth without even trying. Many years ago, I found a sport I absolutely loved to do. I pursued gymnastics with my whole heart. I gave it all the energy, focus, and determination I possibly could. There were disappointing days. There were even times when either my body or my spirit seriously entertained the notion of quitting. But I kept going. By now you know that I can't imagine what my life would be like if I hadn't taken a chance and committed to those challenges. Boom.
Laurie, that is amazing.
Thank you.
First of all, let's go through your current accomplishments. You are a gold and silver Olympic medalist. You are the youngest winner of Dancing with the Stars of all time, which is incredible.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, I know, you're pretty cool. And you are now an author on top of everything else.
Yay.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
You're Wonder Woman, and
Aw.
you're only 16. For our audience out there, for our HarperCollins audience and for our Bookstr audience, if you have questions, feel free to send them to us now. We are fielding them live through my phone. So we have somebody standing by looking at the comments section. If you have any questions for Laurie, she's here to answer them for you.
Yay.
Yay! I have a few. I actually have a dozen or 2 dozen questions for you. But first and foremost, how do you manage your time?
That's a really good question. Well, basically everything that I do is pretty scheduled. So by the time I wake up in the morning to eating breakfast and doing school and then also doing shows on Dance with the Stars because I'm still on tour with them, that's usually scheduled.
How did you have time to write a book?
I made time for it. I did it throughout the season of Dancing with the Stars, and it was just a story that I really wanted to share because I know that opportunities like this are kind of rare. So.
Absolutely. Who would you say should read your book? If you would recommend an audience, who would you like to read your book?
Everybody. Everybody can read the book. I think it's very broad in, being able to share that story and being able to understand it and relate to it.
Okay. Can you tell us just a little bit about what you wrote about?
Yeah, so basically my book is about how as a child I grew up in like a very supportive family, and I had this goal of going to the Olympics at a young age, and through rough times and pushing through those rough times, I was able to pursue that goal and to really, grab that dream of mine, even though I had rough times.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's so important that people who do have rough times write about it. And I think that, your journey has been so inspiring. I think that you taking the time out of your busy schedule to write about it, I know that all of your fans will really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of your fans, we have them asking questions right now.
Yay.
One of our questions is, what was your favorite part of the writing experience?
That's a good question. I think my favorite part would probably be looking back on all the gymnastics memories and being able to go back on my childhood and go back on, when I first started and being in that childhood environment of coming home after a long day of practice and then watching movies with my families and stuff. So, yeah, looking back on memories.
Yeah, in your book you have photos and all kinds of old photos of you and your friends. Even I think I saw one in there from when you were 6, which is incredible. So that's great that you're sharing that with the world.
Thank you.
Okay, we have another question for you. I think this is a very good question. What is next for you?
That's a really good question. As of right now, I'm doing a couple book tours, which is really exciting because my book just came out today.
Yes.
So I have done one, which was amazing. So many people came and supported, and I hope to do many more in the future. So, yeah.
Yeah, so your book tour, is it all around the country, or where's your book tour? Where can the audience find out more about your book tour?
Well, basically, most of my book tours are posted on my social media, so you'll be able to find out where I'll be, what time I'll be, and, exactly all the information, and that's always on social media. I have, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all of those will really help show like where I'll be and where you can find me.
Okay, good to know. All right, again, we are here with Laurie Hernandez, the all-star in many capacities. She is a Olympian, a dancer, and an author now. Her book has launched today, and we are fielding your questions live right now here with Laurie. Another question that we have is, who came up with the title of your book?
Well, it was kind of my idea because at the Olympics, I was really nervous to compete, and right before I went on the balance beam, I was kind of talking to myself and saying, okay, I believe in you, you can do it, just relax, breathe, be confident. And right before I hopped up on the apparatus, I whispered, I got this, and then I went and I had a good routine.
Nice.
So yeah.
That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Have there been any other moments in your life where you've had to do the I got this?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, for Dancing with the Stars, the routines still stressed me out, and they still made me a bit nervous, so I would do the same there.
That's great. Okay, there are some images in your book. Can you tell us about some of the images?
Yeah, so there's a few in there, but I think personally my favorite one, there's one of me in a straddle split, and you can tell I'm about 5 or 6 there, and I'm in a yellow t-shirt, and I'm kind of looking at the camera like, nee. But that moment, that was one of my earliest gymnastics memories. And by doing that and having that opportunity as a child, that really inspired me to keep on going because it was so much fun at the time. So
yeah, that's great. Okay, we have another question from an audience member. What was it like to go to Brazil for the Olympics?
It was amazing. I mean, I had such a good experience being able to meet other athletes. That would probably be my favorite part because, you know, every country had their own building that they were staying in, and so being able to go to a cafeteria and meet so many amazing athletes, you get to hear about their culture, their sport, how they do things, you know, what they eat, and basically just seeing that really inspired me to love my sport because you could see how passionate the track runners were about track or the swimmers about swimming. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be so encouraging because you see all these people who have dedicated so much time in their lives to that one sport.
Exactly, yeah.
So neat. All right, again, we are here with Laurie Hernandez. Feel free to send us in your questions. We are answering them on the spot right now. We have a ton of questions coming in. Right now we have, do you have any advice for people looking to go to the Olympics?
My advice to people looking to go to the Olympics, it would be to basically never stop moving forward and to keep taking baby steps or to keep taking any steps, whatever size they may be, and believing yourself is one of them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only 16, but you sound so wise.
Oh, thank you.
It's really incredible.
Thank you.
Someone is asking if your family has read the book yet. Okay, so has anyone in your family or have your friends read the book?
Yes, so I think everybody in my family has read the book, and they really like it.
They like it?
Yeah.
Of course they like
Especially my mom and my dad, they really like it.
Oh,
but
that's so neat.
I included everybody in there, and even my girls from the Olympics, of course, I put them in there too.
And they have books. Some of them have books too,
yes.
right? Yeah. Have you read any of their books?
Not yet, but I mean, I plan on it. We're like sisters, so it's really nice that we're able to go and communicate that way.
How neat. You guys all need to have like a book swap party or something fun.
Here, read this.
Yeah. Great. Do you draw any inspiration from other books or memoirs that you've read?
Kind of. I mean, as a little kid, I was always a big bookworm. Like, I loved reading books, and actually, the Divergent series was something that I actually read with one of my friends, and we saw the movies together and everything, so that was really cool. But being able to read fictional stories actually made me excited to write this one because I saw, like, kind of the patterns that they did, and being able to read more really expanded my knowledge in making my own book.
Oh, really? Yeah. Was there any book, like, besides Divergent, maybe that you were inspired by to write this one?
I mean, kind of, not exactly. I mean, I really wrote the book in order to kind of share my story and be able to share my experience in life and show that I'm human and that, you know, I worked really hard for something that I really wanted. So yeah, that's kind of where the inspiration came from.
That's so great. That's really, really incredible.
Thank you.
Um, do you have a favorite gymnast?
Yes, my favorite gymnast is Shawn Johnson, just because as a little kid I saw her doing flips on my TV, and I pointed to her and I looked at my mom and I was like, wow, look at that girl. She was so graceful and so powerful, and I saw that strength and beauty in her, and I was like, wow, I want to be just like her. Mom, I want to do gymnastics. And I was like, oh, okay, if that's what you want.
Wow.
And so she put me in.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good thing you saw that, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited. Caught that from the corner of my eye.
So what if somebody saw you? You could be the person that inspires, someone else.
I think, I feel like that kind of started happening because as a gymnast, I've had a couple of little kids and a couple of families that look at me and say, like, oh, my daughter saw you at the Olympics and she started gymnastics because of you. And hearing that, it kind of brings me back to when I was young and watching other gymnasts and being inspired by them. So it's like, if I can inspire someone to one day go to the Olympics. So
that's so neat.
My heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Okay, we have more questions coming in, and just a reminder, we are taking questions live, so feel free to leave your questions in the comments. What was your favorite Rio moment?
My favorite Rio moment would definitely be me in the girls' team finals, just because we had such good camaraderie and we had a lot of teamwork going on in there to make sure that we could make it as least stressful as possible. So it was a good moment.
That's such a bonding moment, too.
It really was. We're going to stay in touch forever.
Of course. What was the hardest thing to write about?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think the hardest thing to write about would probably be my injuries, because I really wanted to make sure that in the book I put my injuries and the struggles that I've had, because I wanted to show that, not everything good comes easy, and I really had to work hard for it. And so making sure that I put that in there and that I got the correct point across, which I think I did. When I read it, it kind of gives me butterflies. So, yeah.
That's neat. That's great.
Yay.
Do you have a dream job?
And
if so, what is it?
I have, multiple dream jobs, which I've kind of been, checking down the list one by one. But, I think maybe in the future I'd like to act. That'd be a lot of fun. And, yeah, I do plan on coming back to gymnastics. And it's really hard to plan ahead because I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time and really living in the moment.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you would be an actor, author, Olympian, and professional dancer as well. That's amazing. I think you can do it.
Thank you.
What was the hardest skill for you to achieve?
In gymnastics?
I would say maybe, let's do a two-part question.
Okay, yeah.
In gymnastics, what was the hardest skill for you to achieve? And then in other areas of your life, what has been one of the hardest skills to achieve?
I think, for gymnastics, the hardest skill was just basically putting routines together on bars. The uneven bars was a big struggle for me because I had little hands, so I was always peeling off the bar every time. But just being able to master that was tough for me. And then I think just in life in general, it would be grasping the idea of just staying in the moment and being grateful for everything around me. And, of course it took time to really understand how to do that. But once I did, I'm able to look at all these amazing opportunities. I have a book coming out that really blows my mind. But, yeah, just being able to look at that and be grateful, it makes life a lot happier.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone is saying you are such an inspiration, first of all. So thank you, fans, for your kindness.
Thank you.
Yeah, she is, for sure. Let's see. So this is actually a personal question as we were typing more questions, but you are known as the human emoji, right?
Yeah.
Where does the nickname come from? I think I know just because you're very emotive, but how do you feel about that nickname?
I really like it. I think, as a gymnast, you were known to be very serious and very focused, but as a child, I was always very giddy and very excited and bubbly, and so I really brought that in, and people saw that whatever emotion I was feeling really showed up on my face. So if I was happy, you saw I was happy, and if I'm sad, you see I'm sad, and so, it's kind of emoji-like.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
Okay. Good to know you like your nickname. What is it like on Dancing with the Stars?
It's amazing. I've learned so many life lessons from being on that show, and I feel like I've really matured by being on that show. And it was an amazing experience to dance in heels with a partner, like ballroom dancing. I feel like that is kind of underrated, and it should be like blown up even more because, watching people dance, especially professional dancers, you think, wow, okay, they're dancing, but until you actually try it, you don't realize how difficult and how hard it is and how beautiful these dancers are for being dancers. And me being able to test that out, it was kind of like unlocking a new part of me that I didn't realize that I loved, which was dancing. So,
wow, that's great. How do you maintain such a high level of confidence and energy?
Oh, lots of coffee. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but I think that kind of just comes from being able to have all these amazing opportunities and being able, again, to look back and be grateful for the moments and be grateful for all the opportunities around me because, again, I mean, being able to work so hard and then achieve my goal of going to the Olympics and then work hard and achieve my dream of winning a mirror ball and Dancing with the Stars, it makes me motivated to work even harder and to pursue even more goals. And so I think that's where my confidence comes from.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And it seems that you don't let the little things knock your confidence, like
I
an
try not
injury or
to.
something.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we always hit little bumps in the road without those, and everybody would be happy. And you have to have like those rough moments to appreciate the happy moments. And so, yeah.
Definitely. Okay, we are about to wrap up here. We have about 2 minutes left, so we have one last question. And thank you again, all of you, for all of your questions. This has been phenomenal. And thank you, Laurie, for your amazing answers.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, this is a big question. Will you be in the 2020 Olympics?
So basically, I am going to shoot for 2020 just because I had such an amazing time and an amazing experience in 2016 that I feel like it's important to go back and to try again. And, gymnastics still has a beautiful spot in my heart. But at the same time, I do want to take a little break just because, I've been going since the Olympics and we have 3 years left. So
Yeah.
I think I have a little bit of time.
Yeah, sometimes you need to take a break just so you can get back at it with that same sort of force and energy that you had the first time.
Exactly. Yeah, because it has to come from you.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, well, thank you so much, Laurie, for being here with us today. Do not forget to pick up this amazing woman's book. Here we have it. I Got This to Gold and Beyond by Laurie Hernandez. It's got to be a great book. There's even some sections in the back that will allow
My favorite.
Yeah, there's sections here to allow you to start your own journey and your own possible book one day.
Yay.
So, thank
It's
you guys
called the
again.
Possibilities Pages.
The Possibilities Pages, yes.
Yay.
So pick it up, published by HarperCollins, and thank you again for all of your questions. We will hopefully see you very soon.
Yay. Thank you.